Hey, shalom, saints. This is your brother Gideon, once again important from North Carolina. And today I have a very interesting video to put out today because I've been in some discussions with some people online about different concepts about what we people perceive as a battle rifle. Some people got a lot of different concepts of what a battle rifle looks like. What is a EDC rifle or general purpose rifle? Once again, I know we keep having this discussion, but it keeps coming up. And there's been some questions asked to me directly and from another YouTuber. And I want to address that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over what I have in my rifle. Okay, this is squad leader. Okay, I've been rolling for a long time with my Block 2. It's been very faithful to me, but when it comes down to it, Block 2, that bad boy's heavy, and it's about 13.5 pounds or something like that. And you know, it's faithful. It works. Hey, I love it. I love my Block 2. I still have it. I'm never going to get rid of my Block 2. But in turn, I'm looking at something like this. This thing with a magazine in it is 10.5 pounds versus a Block 2, which is like 13.5 pounds. Unloaded, it's like 9.5 pounds, this thing. So it's a way lighter with everything that you see on here, which we're going to go over. And I'm going to go over it and why. Okay, so a lot of these things have been brought over from my Block 2 and the things I have learned from my experience and different parts of regions of the world and things that I've done. Okay, so I'm gonna go over it. Okay, so I have a list because I want to be a little bit more thorough on what I'm going to do. I'm going to start from the rear to the front. Okay, so I'm rolling with a Magpul MOESL. Okay, this is the one that I have on Squad Leader. Okay, this is the one that I decided to go with on this. I like the slim design. I like the idea that it still gives me a little bit of a cheek well, that I can press my cheek on there pretty good, roll up pretty good. It's really nice and snug in there. So that's why I liked it. It's lightweight. It's not as heavy as the one that I had on my Block 2. A lot lighter. I like it. It really suits the purpose. Hits in the shoulder. I can get in. I like it. It's okay. All right, moving on from there, we're gonna talk about my grip. Same thing, same grip. I have a Strike Industries grip here. This is let's say a 20-degree enhanced grip. This is what it is, a 20-degree. All right, there's different degrees that they got, like 25-degree and whatever. I decided to go with this. This is the middle one, okay? Because unlike the standard one that we have for M4s, which is a little bit farther out, I don't really care for that. I don't really care for the ones that go straight down. I like this. This fits my hand. All right, remember, in the end, I'm the end user, and this has to work for me. And this feels really good to me. This feels really good. I can shoot this all day. It's comfortable. I can carry it, no problem. All right, moving on from there, we have an M4 Colt lower. Okay, and you see I have a little laser stitch on there. Deuteronomy, what's this? Deuteronomy, I got on here Deuteronomy chapter 3:22. Look it up. Really good. So this is my lower, Colt lower. I like Colt lowers. They're very faithful. This is a very tight. You can see it. It's very snug. There's like no wobble on this Harley, man. This thing is really tight. It's real tight. Mil spec fitting is really good, and I just like it because it's a Colt. All right, so I stuck with it. Obviously, I put a Magpul trigger on. Got an airplane. You know, I live close to Fort Bragg, so everybody knows I live close to Fort Bragg, and there's constant airborne planes flying around all the time, helicopters, and you know, depends on what size of Fort Bragg you live on. It's Fort Bragg again, by the way. So, all right, so a little lower. So if you got gloves, and where it works good. Trigger. All right, I have a Geisley Tricon trigger, 2-stage. So it's clear. Should have cleared it in the beginning of the video. I didn't. Oh well, but I knew there was nothing in it. You got to know where your weapon, where your status your weapon at all times. So I knew there was no round in the chamber. So we're good to go. But now it's officially all clear. We're good to go. Anyways, moving on. The Tricon trigger. That's where I left that at before the mic fell off. I have a Tricon trigger, 2-stage. First stage is 7.75 foot-pounds, and then the second stage is 1.5. So you see it's clear. That means basically when I pull on it, that first stage right there, that's about 2.5 pounds. Then this right here, love it. I mean, that thing right there, look at this. Boy, that thing is crisp, bro. That thing's like breaking glass, like a little touching candy cane. It's just nice, very sweet. I love Geisley triggers. A lot of people do. I mean, I all my rifles, all have Geisley triggers in them. All. I'm sold on Geisley. I like Geisley. You the man. I've actually talked to him before, by the way. He's a really nice guy, man. He's really nice. He's a really good guy, man. I like him, man. Moving on. All right, so next thing I want to talk about is I have on this the Magwell. It's a HRF Concepts Magwell. I believe I have the, let me see, I wrote it down, the RCM LMT Mars. I think this is the one it is. Obviously it's really good to load your mags in at night or whatever. You're under knots. You know, it's a new concept, something that I haven't really tried in the past, but you know, I don't see nothing wrong with, you know, having a little distance. Even though I'm gray in the beard, long in the tooth, doesn't mean I can't change. Doesn't mean certain things I can't improve on. So as we move on, we need to improve. And you know, from the shooting world, people who do competitions, this is what they roll with, and it's something that I talked about this in the past, of certain things that you can use in the competition world that can transcend into combat. So this be one of those things, and this is good because it doesn't add, like I said, we're rocking empty 9.5 pounds. This thing is light. With everything that you see on here, this is 9.5 pounds. It's not heavy, okay, compared to Killmonger. Killmonger was 13 pounds. That was like carrying literally a saw around. Okay, it was heavy, but like I said, I could shoot it like a saw too. That barrel was amazing. Now say was like as if it still isn't. It still is amazing. It's a great barrel to go full auto in. So moving on from there, I have the upper. We're going to talk about the upper. Okay, the nitty gritty here. This is a Geisley Near clone. All right, for the URGI. Okay, upper receiver group. This is what this is. This is a Near clone, as you can see. It's got the SSN number, you know, on it, SNN number, whatever. And I like it. It's lightweight. It's, you know, like I said, it's not as robust as the Block 2, but it is good enough. It works. It's lighter. I like it. I'm not minding. I mean, I really like the way this thing feels. I mean, like I said, I really do. This is definitely a shooter, and I have fired and shot it. It shoots well. It will kill. So moving on from there, like I said, I like it. Oh yeah, it's got the 4-prong on it. See, 4-prong on it. See, 4-prong. All right, so that's that. And underneath it, I put a little bit of a rail there. And I did that. I did that because sometimes if I wanted to get a bipod, I do have bipods that still use Picatinny. So I would go with that. I'm gonna just throw it on there or whatever real quick if I wanted to, you know, bipod shot or whatever. That's why I got that on. Or it can use it as a stop on a wall or something like that. I could put it right here. It'll stop. Good to go. So that's why I have that on there. I like the concept of it. And like I said, I finally got my four prong. You know, I say 3 prongs better. In the past, I've always run with War Comp. And this is just, it works just as fine too. Let me tell you something also about this barrel. This is a mid-length 1-7 twist. Let me tell you, this mid-length barrel, when I shoot it, has a very different recoil impulse, and it feels really good. it is way different than the Block 2. The Block 2 got a little punch to it. This bad boy is a lot more softer shooting, and when I'm riding it, it's I could really stay on, man. I really like that. Mid-length is definitely the way to go with these rifles. Is something to do in the future. I like mid-length. All right, so that's that on this. And where was I? Okay, so I have also another reason why I wanted to upgrade to this barrel versus the one that I had, because this barrel can take the new ammunition, the M855A1 ammo. So if I decided to use that ammo in here, it is rated to use the new military ammo versus my old Block 2, which still probably would do it, but it wasn't created and designed for it. But this is, even though I know that Block 2 would definitely shoot it. I'm not worried about that, but this was made for it, and it's a lighter barrel, and it shoots just as accurate. It really does. I'm not sure if it'll hold its accuracy as long as the Block 2. I doubt that, but it's still great. Like I said, I can never not talk enough about my Block 2. I love it, but I'm rolling. So, all right, moving on. Geisley airborne charging handle, and then we're going to talk about the sling. Okay, so we know about that. So my sling, I'm still rolling with my Savoy sniper sling. I like it. I'm sold on it. The old man, he might not be the most efficient in putting these out, because you got to call him directly, I believe, and still like write a check or something. It's crazy. Maybe he's improved. I haven't talked to him in a long time, so he might have improved. I don't know if he's still around, but last time I talked to him, it was a kind of difficult process to obtain one of these. But I still like them. Or go with your Vickers sling. That's fine too. But I just like this sling. I'm sold on it. It works. I've had it for many years. It can go from single point to dual. I like it. I have no complaints about it. So I'm still rolling with that. All right. So that's that on the sling portion. So now we're gonna go to some things on top. Everybody knows that I am a stickler for backup sights. All right, okay, I'm old school. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm to the day I die. I'm rolling with this. Okay, all you new breed dudes, that's what y'all want to do. Go ahead, but I'm gonna stick with this. Okay, because this is the way I was taught. It works. It doesn't fail me. I'm going with it. So, but I have a Magpul rear sight in this 3. All right, this is what this is. All right, I like it. It's a little bit lower profile than the ones that they had before, and it's FDE. Kind of goes in with what I got going on here anyway. So pretty cool. I like it. It flips up different, because the other one was the rear sight. How it flipped was weird. It was like backwards. This one flips up a lot better. So I like it. So if you want to get a rear sight, I would suggest that you get the Magpul Imbus 3. All right. So moving on, I have a Unity Fast FTC Omni mount. Okay. Goes up and down. Too easy. I like it. It comes off pretty easily. All right. I would say the downside of these is that little spring system that's inside right here. If you wobble it around too much, you might end up losing. See that spring? That kind of sucks. I'm gonna be honest. I wish they approve on that one, because I don't really care for that design very much. Because if you lose that spring in the middle of the field situation, okay, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's good to go. Like I said, I just got lighter again, and that's gonna be something on the topic of debate that I wanted to talk about, and why I'm making this video in the first place. I'm going right back to it, but I wanted to go through this real quick and why I have what I have. Okay, so on this is a standard Vortex 3.5 power or something mini, rear sight. Works really good. It's clear. The glass is not bad. It's not foggy around the edges. It's a little towards the edges. It's a little but it's a little bendy, but not terrible. Not terrible, and that's what I box. I might see about here. So where is that? At 2 to 3 inches away. Yeah, I got. So I'm good right there. I like it's pretty robust, and it is. This is a tank. This thing is a tank. I will give it that. This thing is a tank. It does exactly what it's advertised to do. You know, as for light emission letting in, I'm pretty good. It's no big deal there. Good to go. Moving on. Another Unity riser. All right. So it's a Unity Micro. All right. If you notice something in mine, I have removed the rear sight and the front sight that's in there. Why, you may ask? The reason is because I already have a rear sight and a front sight, and I don't need that, and it's just in my way. So I removed it so I can look through it, because the sight radius, if it's that tight, it's going to be not as accurate as it would be if I'm having ones out here. Okay, like I'm playing a guitar. Yeah, I suck. Anyways, but I don't suck at air guitar. I'm the best. Promise you I am. All right, so next I'm going to talk about is my Holosun. All right, my Holosun. Or why? Okay, my Holosun, why I'm rolling with this. 503 Holosun. I like this. It's how I've had it for many years now, and it still's been very good to me. I like it because it can become a like a EOTech sight with the bull at the 68 MOA circle with the little 2 MOA dot in the center, or it can just be a dot. It uses solar. Okay, now I'm thinking about long term. Okay, I'm looking at some of the things that's talked about in Kosovo and these guys fighting. Listen, like I told you, I don't have Uncle Sugar behind me bringing in a whole bunch of batteries and such and such and such and such. So these batteries last a long time. They'll last. I think if I left it on the lowest setting on, it'll last about 10,000 hours. Now, with that being said, I don't cut it on. I leave it in its standby position, and when I say standby, meaning like I'm standing by when I want to hit the button. Other than that, I'm seeing a dot right now just off of using the solar power. And when I throw on knots, because it's so low light, it's on, the battery's on, I can see it through my nods as if it had a NVG rating or a night. It's really low. It's not too bright at all. Man, when I have my nods on and I'm looking through, boom, I can see it. It's really low, and with the naked eye, it's like barely visible at all. You can barely see it. But with nods, boom. Now, granted, I don't know how the lights will work. I haven't really tested it with flares and shooting, how that would work at night with nods under, what it would do. I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't been in that type of condition, to use flares and all that good stuff in the middle of the night. I don't know. But from what I'm here is thumb of approval, baby. You know what I mean? Obviously, I have a kill flash on here for obvious reasons, to kill the light flash emitting from it, because it, that's not the, you can see that little coating on there. Sometimes when you look through these things, you can see that emitter, right? So I want to make sure that that's not seen. This would be my battle rifle. If I had to go to war and do my best, this is what I'm going to carry. Now, other rifles, I feel comfortable that we're this, okay? Moving on. I have a skiff from another one from HRF Concepts. The reason why I have it on there is so that I have a thermo. I can throw a thermo on there, and then boom, looking through my thermo, just set it up there. Or if I had night vision, if I wanted to put on there, put that on there. More than likely it'd be a thermal, because I do have a thermal. And I will put the thermal on there, and I'm looking through, and it's perks. All right, so I like that. I have a Unity exclusive. It's a TNVC Tactical Augmented Pressure Switch taps. All right, see it in there. So, and that is my cable management. I'm using zip ties. All right, so I use zip ties as my cable management. I just have zip tied one to the outside of this and zip tied the other cable. You need something that's clean, right? So it's clean. Now, the way I have this configured on here, all right, for me, granted, I understand this is not the Ranger Battalion standard. I believe the light's on the other side. But the reason why I have the light on this side is because when I hit this button right here, this button is activating this laser. For when I'm using, I can activate the laser if I wanted to, like here, but it's a little odd. So I just come back here and just tap it, and I can just tap it right here and shoot my laser. So if I'm in that type of situation where I'm clearing a building or something like that, I'm not going to be looking through here. I mean, pretty much looking over, and I'm holding my rifle like this. Target, laser, bang, shoot. Target, laser, bang, shoot. All right, so target, laser, bang, shoot. I'm getting after it, man. I'm not gonna be looking through a tube to find a person in the middle of the night. That's just stupid, bro. So if I'm using my nods and I'm not using a white light, because a lot of times we're going to light, you got to make a decision. What's it gonna be? You're gonna go in the building, you're gonna use completely white lights or white light or nods. You know, a lot of times it's just straight white light. You're gonna go in there with white light. Now I want to be in control of it, but I don't want to be moving my hand around too much. But so I can hold it like this, and then boom, I can hit my flash, hit my light, boom. I'm holding my rifle pretty good. I'm not compromising my anything too much, and boom, white light, white light, white light, white light, white light, white light, boom, clearing. Obviously, I have I do have a 100 Concepts light cover. This is a Ranger cover, whatever, for 100 Concepts. My Surefire, I have a Surefire Scout on here. This is a IR version of Vampire one, so I can do that too. So if I'm going through, I can just hit the Vampire light through my nods. I'm looking, you know, I'm doing my deal, looking, oh, bang, 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 laser. So if I want, boom, go back to my laser. I'm looking, I can cut my light on. Whatever, however I want to do what I need to do, okay? Depending on what your TTPs is or what you got going on. All right. Army Navy PQ 15 that we got going on here. This is the real deal. This is the L3 Harris. This is the real deal. I like it. I love it. Still working with it. Make sure that I got a little emitter on there to help get some of that dust off, and it concentrates the laser a little bit. It cleans it up a little bit, some of that outside edges on it. So that's why I put that on there. Really good. They're durable. They've had issues in the past. This one's kind of a little sketchy sometimes with the aiming laser, the red dot, which I don't use, only to adjust the laser. So it's not a bad trade-off. You know what I'm saying? These things are not cheap. So, you know, brand new one's like $5,000, bro. So, like, you know, got to take care of it. I do a lot of maintenance. I don't really keep batteries in here too much because I don't want them rotting out. I want this thing to last a long time. So, a lot of times I'll take the batteries out, make sure it's clean, because I don't want any kind of corrosion, anything going inside. I got to keep it going, baby. You know. So anyway, so that's what I got going on here. And on the end here, I have a nice armament, CAC M4 front sight. So that's what I got. Now let's talk about why I have what I have. So this whole, one of the things like people talked about was the LPVO. All right, low powered variable optic. All right, in combat, there's something that a lot of people forget. Okay, this is a regular infantry thing. We shoot, move, communicate. One thing that we do within that shooting part is move to contact. All right, so moving to contact, meaning I'm moving, all right, and then, oh, there's the enemy, boom, contact. Now what that range is, in my experience in Afghanistan, Iraq, things like that, has been a lot closer engagements than 500 meters. Well, I'm glad that your LPVO will get you to be able to shoot something out to 500 meters, and you can identify something that's great. Good for you. But when it comes to my engagement distances, they have been close. All right, I have typically, like I said, about 100 yards in. All right, so we're going in, like, it depends. I'm on a patrol. We're in a patrol. We're doing our vehicles. If it's a strike, whatever. If it's that type of mission, it's close, man. Like literally, when we were running those missions in Iraq during the surge, coming out of Spiker, bam, we hit our targets, get off the, trucks or whatever, boom, get onto our targets, hit. There's someone to kill. Hey, good night. It's close. So coming around those corners using 14 5s, no problem. I'm maneuvering in. I know a lot of people, oh, it's 11 5s and 10 5s. Bro, I had no issues. One of the problem I had with a 14 5 was like in the vehicle. Like literally. Bro, compress. Lord, man, just do this. Who's going through a room like this? What you doing? Bro, people make this such a big deal. Easy. Watch this. Hello. Now I'm going through the door, and then boom, in here, and we compress and go back out. Compress, boom. I'm in my deal. I compress, boom, 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 boom. Go back out. Do what I got to do. That's too easy. All right. So 14.5, no issue. Now, like I said, engagement ranges, they vary, bro. Like sometimes we'll go through some of the villages in Afghanistan, and these guys be on the other side of the village. They start shooting at us, and now we got to move to contact. We're not just going to shoot at them and then break contact and pretend it never happened. We're going to go kill their asses. Understand this, guys. I don't know, like people, I don't know what you're thinking. Like they're enemy. We gotta eliminate the enemy. We're not just gonna keep shooting at them from a distance and just, man, gotta use the LPVO to make sure you hit them. Bro, at some point I'm gonna be bounding towards the enemy, okay? And I'm gonna get close, trench warfare. Get in the trench, get into the building. I'm gonna do what I have to do. I'm gonna attack the bunker. I'm gonna get close. I'm going through the battle drills, all right? I'm breaching a mine wire obstacle. I'm gonna do this at some point. Some kind of battlefield battle drill I'm going to do at some point. So I'm moving to contact. When I was in LERPs, when I was a reconnaissance ranger, that wasn't my job. I would break contact. I'll do an ambush on your ass. Oh, we love those. We'll tear your ass apart. But right after that, we're going to get on the objective. We're going to check out, see what kind of equipment you got on you. We're breaking out. Get back to our high site, call it up, and then ask for someone to come in. And now Big Brother's gonna come in and start, checking things out. But I'm not gonna be hanging around on the scene, bro. No, I'm gonna shoot, move, and communicate, ambush their asses, and roll out. That's it. So as a platoon going in, depending on what it was, like when I was in 82nd Airborne, our mission set was a little bit different. So then it would be versus 1st Ranger Battalion. So the mission set is slightly different depending on what you're doing. So, but either way, I'm gonna move to contact. So how's that LPVO helping? LPVO, really? LPVO helping me when I'm only 10 yards away? Yes, it can have you can bring it down. So I'm going from, I gotta adjust, bro. Seriously. Yep, that's them. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. If I get a little, you do not want to be caught up in this, doing this the entire time in a combat situation. You have to have vision. You got to look around. Okay. You have to look full spectrum warfare. You have to see you got to be looking around and see everything that's happening. You got to understand your battlefield. So if you're caught up in that like this is what you're seeing from the battlefield. This right here, this is your perspective, or is this? Okay, so I'm looking around. Oh damn, there. So I get too caught up and doing this, focused on that. Oh man, I gotta get that dude. I could be missing so much. So don't get focused. Don't get so focused on it. So it has its ups and downs, but understand when you're fighting in combat, there's a lot of things going on. You got people moving everywhere. You're bounding, they're bounding. Maybe they're coming towards you. I mean, when we was going against our Sakari guys, man, these guys they were trained. They were bounding towards us. They were doing some maneuvers on us. It was very interesting before they, to figure out, like, hey, wow, look at this. Hey man, look at he bound. He flank left. Oh, okay, kill him. But it was cute. But we understood it because we did it. So fighting Al-Sakari and his piece of crap dudes, we found out real quick, these guys are trained. These guys are maneuvering on us. So they understand tactics. They understand warfare differently than some of the other guys. So it's kind of like they were like the special forces of terrorists. And I do respect the fact that they fought. A lot of people we fought over there ran. Those guys, not so much. There were some runners, but a lot of them I do respect. They had a lot of guys that would fight it out to the death. You know, coming up on them, they would, you know, you shoot at them. They do their suicide bomb. You know, respect. But they died just the same. But you got to understand your enemy and how you're fighting your enemy. So I'm just saying, if you want to roll with LPVO, that's fine. I think someone in your squad should have it, like kind of like a designated marksman. Like in certain parts of the war, I was a designated marksman. Remember, the battlefield is like this for me sometimes. So I'm very focused on something. Like, okay, I got it. They say, hey, there's a guy out there. He's somewhere out there about 500-600 yards. All right, I need you to get him. Roger that. You know, there he is. All right, let's get him. Bang, he's dead. You know, that's cool. But for everyone to be running around and the military's doing that now, I don't know, bro. I don't necessarily agree with that. 3 to 5 power is about what you need. So you want to identify something, bam, there he is. Do what you got to do. Okay. Now it's starting to move to contact. When you're starting to move to contact, bro, it's up. I'm up, he sees me, I'm down. I'm up, he sees me, I'm down. I'm up, he sees me, I'm down. You know, hard base of fire, giving guys cover, you know, moving to concealment or cover, making sure if you don't have concealment, cover, do something. Mostly better to go for cover than it is concealment. But at the same time, making sure that people changing mags, doing your battle drills, making sure you have a good rate of fires. People, there's a lot going on there. So, but you're a civilian. Are you going to be doing that? You're by yourself. You're maybe with your buddy. You need LPVO? What are you doing? So take all these things into consider. Okay? So you hear a lot of guys that have been in combat, do all these things. Bro, we had squads of dudes behind us, bro. We had Uncle Sam. I had a Spectre gunship above me. You know, you had little birds flying. You had Apaches. We got F-16s, freaking all ISR asset. I mean, all kinds of things. It's you. Maybe a couple buddies in a drone. You know, like, okay. So let's not get out of hand with it. You know, to understand, you know, from the situation that I'm in right here, this bad boy right here, this is gonna do just fine. All right. It's the weight, I can lug it around. It's pretty light, like I said. Loaded. We're at 10.5 pounds. What you see right here, 10.5 pounds loaded. So I'm good to go, man. So if I got to go to battle, that's what I'm rolling with, y'all. All right. So enough's enough. That's what I got. Any questions about it? Hey, let's have that discussion. If you don't agree, you don't agree. That's fine. Do you? Like I said, but this works for me, and this is my protest video to LPVOs. You know, I'm not saying they're a bad thing to have, but I'm not sure if everyone on the battlefield in your squad should be rocking LPVOs. They have a place. But when you're talking about like a general purpose rifle type of something that you're going to pick up and what you to expect going out in the battlefield, yeah, I would probably roll with and call it a day, because at least you can take the damn thing off. So bless y'all. Shalom, shalom, where you are. And like I said out there, people, the world is getting very different. Okay? Stay prayed up. If you haven't found Jesus in your life, find him quickly. Okay? And like I said, you know, people make fun of us because of our belief. You know, people make fun of a lot, you know, but listen, do not worry about it. Don't worry about what they say. You know what? They bound for hell anyway, so it's all good. You know, got a lot of tricksters out there. A lot of people gonna try to fool you, but remember, the Father leads your steps, okay? He's your true teacher, all right? So, bless you. Shalom, shalom.
Always always remember the 5 principles of patrolling: planning, reconnaissance, security, control, and common sense.